Hey everyone! Welcome back to Learn English Naturally. I'm Cheryl. Man, it has been scorching lately, hasn't it? The heat waves this summer are no joke all around the world. And when the sun is blazing like this, there is only one place everyone wants to go: the beach. Today, we're following Rosemary and her family on their summer getaway. You're going to learn tons of natural, real-life beach vocabulary and phrases that native speakers actually use. Quick reminder before we jump in. If you love these story-based lessons, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Alright, grab your iced coffee, and let's get into the story. This summer turned out to be way hotter than usual. So, early Saturday morning, Rosemary decided it was time for a family beach trip. She got up early to pack the cooler. She made some delicious egg salad sandwiches, tuna sandwiches, and packed fresh watermelon and orange juice. She even picked some fresh grapes that looked like shining green emeralds, super juicy. Next came the bag of beach gear. Rosemary threw in her stylish tankini with a swim skirt, her husband Caleb's knee-length jammer swim trunks, and a super cute one-piece skirt swimsuit for their daughter, Zenobia. She didn't forget the essentials either: waterproof sunscreen, sunglasses, sun hats, oversized beach towels, a waterproof phone pouch, extra clothes, and everyone's footwear, flip-flops, slide sandals, and Zenobia's favorite foam clogs. Once everything was loaded into the car, they hit the road. Zenobia was practically bouncing in her seat. She couldn't stop talking about collecting seashells, building a princess castle, and catching tiny crabs. Before they knew it, they arrived. Caleb looked out at the endless horizon and the crystal blue ocean. He took a deep breath and shouted,
"Wow, this is stunning. I can't wait to dive right in."
Rosemary chuckled.
It's pretty packed today. Look at the sky, not a single cloud in sight. Just pure, sizzling sunlight.
They found a sweet spot on the sand. Caleb rented a huge beach umbrella, set up 2 folding beach chairs, and popped open an ultralight portable beach table. By the time he sat down with his sunglasses on, sipping frozen watermelon juice in his trunks, Rosemary was already changed into her swimsuit. Zenobia wasn't wearing her shoes. Instead, she waddled across the soft sand holding one slide sandal in her left hand and one foam clog in her right. Every step left a tiny, cute footprint. Rosemary watched her with a big, warm smile. Suddenly, Zenobia ran over and tugged Caleb's arm.
"Daddy, Mommy, come on. Help me build my castle."
They spent almost 2 hours building the grandest sandcastle on the beach. But just as they were adding the final touch, bam! A little boy wearing a long-sleeve rash guard with swim briefs came charging through with a water gun. He was having the time of his life, completely lost in the moment. He was spraying water blindly and waving the gun around wildly, totally oblivious to anyone else. It was like he was the only person on Earth. Before anyone could shout, his foot landed straight on top of the princess castle. Zenobia burst into tears and hid behind her dad. The little boy froze, realizing what he'd done. His face turned red, and he started apologizing frantically.
"I'm so sorry. I totally lost control."
Rosemary smiled gently and invited the boy, whose name was Leo, to join them. Zenobia and Leo were soon joined by another neighborhood child, and they started working together to fix the castle. As they dug and molded the sand, they began to chat. Leo, looking around the expansive beach, said with conviction,
"I only like coming to the beach. If my mom tries to take me to a swimming pool, I won't go. Absolutely not."
The other child asked.
"Why not? Pools are fun."
Leo sighed.
"Because every time we go, my mom makes me practice my strokes. She's always pushing me to learn the freestyle, but I can't do it. I only know how to do the breaststroke."
The third child beamed with pride and counted.
My dad is amazing. He knows every swimming stroke you can think of. Freestyle, breaststroke, backstroke. But my absolute favorite is when he does the butterfly. It looks so cool. Like he's flying through the water.
Zenobia tilted her head, looking very confused.
Butterfly? What's a butterfly stroke?
Just as she was asking, out of the corner of their eyes, they saw something bright flying directly toward them. It was a frisbee, and it was coming fast. Without thinking, children instantly leaped up and stood side by side, forming a human wall. They wasn't going to let anything crush their sandcastle again. They were ready to defend it like a fortress. Just as the frisbee was about to hit them, a blur of motion appeared. It was Zenobia's dad, Caleb. With incredible reflexes and showing great skill, he extended his arm and caught the spinning frisbee cleanly, just inches before it collided with the children. The three kids froze, then immediately burst into thunderous applause, cheering for Caleb's heroic catch. After the excitement calmed down, they finally finished rebuilding the castle. Leo even found a shiny, gorgeous shell and gifted it to Zenobia to top off their brand new, even bigger fortress. Wow! What an emotional roller coaster! From tears over a broken castle, to interesting swimming facts, and then that incredible hero catch by Caleb. Don't you love how a little accident turned into a day full of new friendships and excitement? Now, let's take a look at some of the awesome words and expressions from the story so you can talk about your next beach trip or pool day like a native speaker. First, can we talk about those swimming strokes the kids were arguing about? Poor little Leo. His mom was forcing him to learn the freestyle, or front crawl. It's supposed to be the fastest stroke, but honestly, it's super exhausting. Leo just couldn't get the hang of it and felt so stressed. Instead, he preferred the breaststroke, you know, the classic frog kick style. It's way more relaxed and steady, so he could go at his own pace. And then, that second kid had to brag about his dad doing the butterfly stroke. That one looked so cool and cinematic, like a superhero flying through the water. No wonder Zenobia was confused. She was probably imagining an actual bug swimming in the ocean. Now, what about all those cool beach outfits and footwear in our story? Notice how native speakers rarely just say swimsuit or shoes at the beach. For swimwear, Rosemary wore a tankini with a swim skirt, Caleb opted for sleek jammer swim trunks, and little Zenobia had the cutest one-piece skirt swimsuit. And for footwear, Zenobia was carrying her favorite foam clogs, you know, Crocs, and a pair of slide sandals. Of course, no beach day is complete without classic flip-flops. See how much more vivid your English sounds when you name the exact item instead of just saying shoes? Besides all those beach terms, there were 3 super vibrant expressions in our story that you can immediately steal for your daily English, whether you're chatting with friends or hanging out at work. The first one came up when that energetic little boy was running around with his water gun. We said, he was having the time of his life, completely lost in the moment. When you say someone is having the time of their life, it simply means they are enjoying themselves to the absolute maximum. And if you are lost in the moment, you're so focused and happy that you forget everything around you. Imagine you're at a concert with a friend. You could casually say, when the band played her favorite track, she was totally lost in the moment and couldn't stop dancing. Moving on to the kids' funny reaction when that pink disc flew toward them. They stood side by side, ready to defend their sandcastle like a fortress. Side by side is a great phrase that means standing right next to each other in unity, and defending something like a fortress means protecting it fiercely. You can totally use this in a professional workplace. For instance, our team worked side by side all night to polish the proposal before the executive meeting. And finally, my absolute favorite scene. When Zenobia's dad made that unbelievable hero catch. He leaped in and snatched the frisbee out of thin air. The idiom out of thin air means something appearing or being grabbed completely out of nowhere, almost like magic. Here's a handy sentence for office talk when a manager pulls off something amazing. Just 2 hours before the deadline, our manager pulled a brilliant marketing strategy right out of thin air. Awesome job sticking with me through those phrases. Now, to lock these words in your memory, let me tell you the story one more time. This time, listen closely to how all these words flow together naturally. Rosemary packed food and juice in the cooler. She grabbed her tankini, Caleb's jammer swim trunks, and Zenobia's swimsuit, alongside flip-flops, slide sandals, and foam clogs. At the beach, the sun was sizzling, with not a single cloud in sight. While Caleb rested, Zenobia built a castle. Suddenly, a boy wearing a rash guard with swim briefs was playing with a water gun. Totally lost in the moment, spraying blindly, waving it wildly, and completely oblivious to his surroundings. Accidentally, he crushed the castle. He apologized, and Rosemary invited him over. While rebuilding, Leo admitted he hated pools because he couldn't do the freestyle and only knew the breaststroke. Another kid boasted about his dad's cool butterfly stroke. Suddenly, a frisbee flew toward them. The kids stood side by side to defend the castle like a fortress, but Caleb leaped in and snatched it out of thin air. Everything ended happily. They completed the castle, and Leo gave Zenobia a gorgeous shell as a gift. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with Rosemary's family and picked up some fantastic new vocabulary for your next trip to the seaside. Now it's your turn. Leave a comment down below and tell me, what's your favorite swimming stroke, or what's your go-to beach footwear? And remember, don't just learn it, speak it naturally. Have an amazing week, stay cool, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.